how can we reduce our carbon footprint and improve our quality of life in relation to holidays? Well, I've realised that what's most satisfying for me if I travel abroad is when I have an experience that's also an inner journey as well as an outer journey. And what I've found over the years is if I travel by train or ferry, I have a much more powerful inner journey, and therefore my 2-week holiday is much more enjoyable. So for example, last October, I went to Mallorca by train and ferry, and it took about 24 hours. London to Barcelona is 10 hours and then getting the ferry. But the amazing thing was that on the way home on the ferry, I saw an 8-metre sperm whale. Only the second time I've seen a whale in the wild in my whole life. So you can imagine what a buzz that was. So I like to say that if you travel by plane, your holiday starts when you get off the plane, but if you travel by train, your holiday starts when you get onto the train. Stopping for lunch at the fantastic Trem Bleu restaurant in Gare de Lyon in Paris, which is often a crossroads for travelling across Europe, is an amazing experience, and you get to see pink flamingos in the south of France if you're travelling to Spain, or the ice-capped Alps if you're travelling to Italy. So travelling by ground level transport is much more enjoyable, and it becomes a real highlight of the trip. And once you've done it, I believe you'll find that the extra cost, because you always normally save on a hotel bill or two, because you're probably staying on a train or a ferry during the journey, so that saves some money. But also the extra cost is worth it because it's such a good experience. Of course, taking some holidays in the UK is fantastic too. And so if you can either go by train or reduce your flights by 1 flight per year, you can save 1 or 2 tons for a short haul flight and 3 or 4 or even 5 tons for a long haul flight. The final thing about that is, if you do want to go to a far-flung continent that you can only get to by plane, perhaps you could go once every 5 years and stay for 2 months instead of going once every year and staying for 2 weeks, and you still reduce your carbon footprint from holidays by 80%.